up, B-Hums? It's your boy LeBlue from Soviet Elmo, and today we are going to be doing another world building diary, so let's get straight into it. So the last time we left off on, I believe, the Tungli Clans. So, yeah guys, we're going to be beginning with page 29. Migration to the north. After a great drought circa 4531, the Tungli peoples had to move north as the desert grew, killing the Tungli tribes already present there. The far north was cold, harsh, and forested, a land of eternal darkness. Sa Unguit, the god of death, became almost as popular as Oran Umbe, forming a detheistic faith. Wakin Bait, the successor of Ntwilkame, led the Makwe west into Fet Elan. After an especially cold winter, they were forced to the sea. Many Tungli died crossing the waters. For religious reasons, they brought the horses along too. Landing in northern Velozha, they quickly moved south, settling in the Velozhan steppe. I remember when I was young, we lived as hunters in a far-off land. When the desert started to grow, we moved to a colder place, but that was no home for a Tungli horseman. It was cold and harsh, and oh so very cold. Good old Wakin Bait led us off that cursed land to Elozha. The natives here didn't know what a horse was, Rogan bless. They gave a good fight, but our cavalry was far too great. I honestly felt bad for them when the plague hit. We're still a minority, but about half of them died when we invaded 15 years back. Walbecht, king of Menon, 4580. It took 6 years to go from Makwe to Velozha. After a population boom in circa 4541, the Tungli began to spread across the continent. Tel-Te, the last Makwe Allfather, launched an invasion of Elozha in 4565 AC. The Elozhans had never seen a horse before, and to see vast armies of Tungli horsemen was surreal. The Elozhan people formed a united front against the invader, but after 11 gruesome years of combat, most resistance was squashed. Your oxen plow the ground as you prepare to plant the wheat crop. Tomorrow you will be conscripted into the Royal Army of Azoha. You're rather excited about this prospect, as it is a man's duty to fight off the Roganist, to preserve the Gatamus ways of nature and love. However, you're going to miss your family, and Azita. Azita, the young priestess, has been trying to tell you that there's coming a demonic army, men who fight on the backs of dragon dogs. You laugh just thinking about it. Silly girl. You come in the house to have mid-fist with your family. Is that thunder I hear? Mother asked. I haven't seen any clouds today. You step out of your house and look to see the most terrifying thing you've ever laid eyes on. A vast cloud of dust, and in that dust men riding on the backs of what can only be considered to be dragon dogs. Screaming with spears in hand, they smash into the village and begin to burn down homes and silos. Your family clambers through the grain cellar as you, your father, and your older brother get your weapons. As you stand guard in your home, you look out the window to see the arboreum is burning. Azita, you scream, and not a second later you rush out of your home, into the battle. The Elozhan reaction to the Tungli invasion was nothing but shock and horror. The Tungli were considered to be a myth for the past 20 years, and now the dragon dogmen of legend were coming. Horses were not present in Velozha until the Tungli arrived, and neither was horseplague. Southern Elozhans had been in contact with them for longer, and even began to use horses in their day-to-day life, although they were not commonly known to other Elozhans. The Gatamus and Roganists both hated the invaders more than each other. The Roganist war groups agreed to a temporary alliance with the Kingdom of Azoha, while Nahat actually sided with the Tungli as horses had revolution life there. It would also be nice to take some land from Sakahat and Piha. Maria and Goza were rather far from the Makwe steppe and didn't really participate in the conflict. Gamaha, great city at the mouth of the Elozh, would take a different path. King Rigawach of Gomaha decided to build 3 walls around the city. One to protect the internal segment, one to protect the urban regions, and one to protect the outskirts as a backup. Gamaha was a center of trade of Elozha, a city of art, music, and academics, a hub of trade in the Valos Sea and the home of the Elozhan faith. Rigawach was an enlightened dictator. He had reformed the Elozhan script and kept a court of great thinkers and leaders to run the city better than he could. But the walls wouldn't build themselves, and slaves from all corners of the known world were imported to work on his project. Many thought he had gone mad. Tel-Te, the last leader of the Makwe, was really just a figurehead, only having true power in the west. Velozha is huge, and a pre-industrial nation can only grow so big. Many Different de facto Tungli states, if you can even call them states, existed on the continent. Sakte and Talte were the only clans to participate in the invasion of Elozha, whereas Jonko and Pole were the most autonomous. The western clans would eventually form their own nations and nation-states in the regions they had conquered from the hunter-gatherers. These hunter-gatherers are quite mysterious, without a writing system to keep records. We know almost nothing about the pre-Tungli western Valosians. Malhech Subrak was born in the winter of 4540 AC. Son of sheep-herders in the foothills of Berman, he was an ambitious young boy. Growing up, he would boast that I shall be the greatest dragon rider of all, and conqueror of Vuollen for Berman. His parents, friends, and family would laugh it off, but he was serious in his quest. At the age of 15, he ran off to the mountains to find a dragon egg. Everyone thought he was dead, but after a month he came back, and according to legend he had tamed a fully grown dragon, an impossible feat. He was immediately allowed to join the Dragon Riders. But after 4 years of service, he was cast out for saving a sacrifice girl from Montanlenio. They were both banished by the Gavilling clergy and the Riders. Malchech and the sacrifice girl Ugachi later married and settled down in Goza with their dragon. The Roganist war chief gave them special status for the fact that they had tamed one of Rogan's angels, a concept foreign to the Elozhans. But right after they had their third child, the Tungli invaded. Malchech pleaded to fight on Goza's behalf, but the war chief wouldn't have it, as Goza was neutral. He left a letter for his children and kissed Ugachi goodbye. He was off to war. He became very famous for his beast and gained a large following, eventually rallying a personal army. He taught them how to forge with bronze, and this technology spread all throughout Elozha. He gained the title Lezespek II in honor of the third dragon rider. Not even Lezespek himself could save Elozha from the onslaught. The Tungli had won and felt the spoils of war. The Tungli began to settle in various parts of Elozha, adopting agriculture and in some cases the Elozhan religion. However, the Taltean Empire wouldn't survive his death, as local war heroes took control of the areas they had conquered. The Tungli kings would assimilate into the culture they had conquered and adopt the religion of the people. This caused a rift between the ruling class and the warriors. Nearly half of all Elozhans died from either the war or horse plague, allowing the Tungli to fill those holes in the population. The Elozhan people began to lose faith in their gods, as if Gautama loves life, why did she let the Tungli take my wife again? Sanagoism became a popular new religion deriving from the Tungli god of death, Sa'unguit. And then there's a map of Elozha after the invasion. You can pause if you want to read that. I'm probably going to delete it though, because these illustrations are childish, because I have no artistic skill whatsoever, and this is kind of dumb. This is Agnakria. I'm currently working on them, but I've finally gotten writer's block after 37 pages. And, you can just pause to read that. No, I'll read it for you. Deep within the jungles of Agnakria, Lake Piroga sits at its core. Wait, hold up. Let me check. Okay, just checking to make sure that I was recording. Deep within the jungles of Agnakria, Lake Piroga sits at its core. The heart of the Pirogan people, the lake provides them with clean water and fish. And towering out of Lake Aljara, the god provides them with immense healing powers. Nobody knows where Aljara came from. The giant tree, towering 1,000 feet high, grows a mold, and from that mold, the natives of the region extract penicillin. So, yeah, guys, tell me if you thought it was realistic, what's the most unrealistic. So, who do you think will unite Elozha? Lower Elozha, Upper Elozha, Nahatan, Goza, Maria, Minan. So, yeah, guys, well, that's gonna be it for today, and, auf Wiedersehen!